Hey Hub Heroes, this is Jorge Fuentes from the Sidekick Strategies team, and today we're going to take a look at how to integrate HubSpot with Slack and also set up a simple workflow automation via HubSpot so that we can get notifications in Slack. Check it out. So we're going to log into HubSpot, and in this case we're going to go into this quick icon that is the marketplace icon, and then we're going to go to the HubSpot marketplace, and then from there we're going to search for Slack, right? And then we're going to click on the first one we see there, and then we're just going to click on install. Keep in mind that this requires a Slack subscription, and in order to know if it is a compatible app with our HubSpot plan, you also have the requirements section here, and if you see a green check mark, that means it's available. So I'm actually just going to click on install, and then it'll ask you to authorize whether or not you want Slack to be connected to HubSpot. So in this case, I'm going to accept all cookies. I'm going to connect it to this space where I'm at, and then I'm just going to allow it. And then that's pretty much it. So now you'll see that within my connected apps, I'm going to scroll down all the way here, and Slack has been now connected to my HubSpot. So now that we've connected Slack, let's go all the way to the left-hand side and go to automation and go to workflows. And then within workflows, let's create a new workflow on the top right-hand corner that says create workflow. And then let's create one from scratch. And I'm just going to call this a notifications to Slack workflow. And then I'm going to skip trigger and choose eligible records. I'm going to choose contacts, and then I'm going to save and continue. And then from here, I'm going to set the trigger to be when filter criteria is met, and then a form submission takes place of the test form. If the contact has filled out that form, I'm going to save it. Right now, I'm going to go to the settings and make sure that re-enrollment is on, just so that anybody who fills this out, if they refill it at some point in the future, they'll also be part of the notification. So I'm actually just going to save it. And then what we're going to do now that we established that is that I want this to be pushed to Slack. If and whenever somebody submits the form, a member of the team should be getting that notification, not only via email but also via Slack, or not via email but yes via Slack, right? So I'm actually just going to add another action here, and then on the left hand side, what I want to do, and you'll notice here that we have the integrated apps available here, so you can see that we now have Slack here. I'm going to choose Slack, and then I'm going to send Slack notification. And then this is where the beauty of this comes in, because I'm actually just going to send a notification to a user, in this case myself, right? And then that's as much as I want happening there. And the message is going to be based on the enrolled contact, right? So for example, if my form has, first name, I'm just going to add it like that, last name, and maybe email. What I'm going to do is put that within the message, and then I'm going to put maybe at the top, new lead just came through. And then I'm going to put first name, last name, email, like that. And then within the first name, I'm going to choose the enrolled contact, and then I'm going to search for the first name token, and then I'm going to add it, right? Same will go for the last name, and then the same will go for the email. And then I just gotta look for the email again. Email, and that's pretty much it. And now what other actions do I want to add to the notifications? Not really any of these right here. I'm gonna just leave it blank, all of these. Any add mentions, if I wanted to include that could be done. Properties to include within the action, that also could be chosen, but for now let's just leave it like that. Make it pretty simple. I'm gonna save this, and then that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to be reviewing and turn it on. I'm just gonna say no, only enroll existing only enroll contacts who meet the enrollment criteria after the workflow is turned on, so none of the existing contacts. And then I'm going to click next here, and then I'm going to turn on that workflow. So now what we'll proceed to do is actually go to the test form here, and then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and then I'm within the form section. I'm going to go to actions, and then I'm going to view this form, and then I'm going to click view form. And then here's what I just want to do that, right? So in the first name, I'm going to say, Jorge Fuentes, and then I'm just going to add my email there, jorge@miles.com. And actually, I'm just going to add one quick thingy here. It's going to be like a plus test 10. And then I'm just going to say note. right there. And then I'm just going to click submit. And now, since our workflow was on, I'm going to go right into Slack, and then we'll be taking a look. Indeed, as you can actually see, I have a on the left hand side within all of my messages here in Slack, I have HubSpot as an app here, and it actually mentioned, a new lead just came through, Jorge Fuentes, and this is the email. So the workflow worked masterfully, and that's pretty much how we set that quick notifications workflow via HubSpot, so that it pushes that info to Slack. And that's pretty much it. So that's how you integrate Slack with HubSpot natively, and also how you can start building some workflow automations via HubSpot and leverage the power of the Slack to HubSpot connection. Remember, education is great, but the execution is where it's at. So go out there and be the hub hero that your organization needs today.